So welcome anyone that's popping into my live tonight. So tonight I thought I'd work in my altered book. So I prefer to work in altered books. Lately I've been working a bit on paper as well, just so I can do some displays for work. So when I pick an altered book, I like to pick one that has like nice sort of older paper. The books from the 60s and 70s have that really old, thicker paper that's not glossy. And this is a book about cats. I don't really like cats, but I like the size of the book and I like the paper. So that's how I choose my books. I thought I'd use one of my having a bad day people, because that was me today. My bad day started when I decided to go to the post office, because I forgot to post a parcel the other day when I was down there on Tuesday. So off I trot to the post office and get down there and realise my credit card is not in my wallet. It's sitting on my computer desk at home, because I was a good girl and I paid bills. I forgot to put it back in my wallet. So off I walked home, 20 minutes back home. Then I walked 20 minutes back to the post office. So I was having one of those days. So I'm thinking I'm going to stick her... Do I want to stick her in the middle? I don't really want to stick her in the middle of my book. I had this idea of sticking her in the middle and doing like circles around her, because I felt like today I've been on the phone all day going in circles. But I might offset my circles because I really don't want her in the middle of the book. Just because I don't like to put a lot of in the spine. This is my 400 mixed media GSM cardstock, so it's quite thick. Not as thick as the chipboard. The chipboard that we have is 1.8mm, so it's about 6 times as thick. So these are great for art journaling. I just don't like to put too much in my spine because it can cause the book to come apart. Okay, let's throw some colour down. What are we going to do? What colours are we going to play with today? Let's pick either warm or cool colours. Well, I've picked... let's pick blues and greens today. Why not? Not purple. Let's pick another blue. So I have got some Delusions paints here. They're in front of me from the other day, so they're the ones we're going to use. Maybe this blue. Excuse me for hiccuping. What are we going to do? I think we're going to go with these 3 colours. So what I'm going to do is just start by doing, and I'm going to do it with my fingers because I like finger painting lately. I'm going to put a big green circle where she's going to sit, and then I'm going to sort of do circles coming out, I think, tonight. Because today I spent all day going round and round circles on the phone. Oh, it's been one of those days. And I bet, oh no, my baby wipes are here. So I'm not even going to dry this in between. The only thing I did before I started the video was I prepped my page with a bit of white gesso just to calm the text down, because the text can be quite dark in the book. So I've just taken some white gesso, or if you don't have gesso you can have paint, just to tone the wording down a bit. And also the gesso seals your page. So if you haven't heard of gesso before, it's sort of like an undercoat, and you can seal your page, and then less of your top colour soaks into your page, and you need less of the top colour of paint. It's like when you paint a house. You put that undercoat on and then you put your colour, whatever colour you want, on top. I like finger painting lately. Something about getting your fingers messy and doing your work can be very therapeutic. I nearly threw a bottle of paint on the floor. I want to make that a bit bigger. So has everyone been doing some art today, or you've been working all day? Let's try not to muddle up. That's that one I just did. I just want the blue. Or is that the colour I just did? Nah, different colour. Trying not to get this everywhere. After the day I've had, I think I'm going to end up putting paint everywhere or dropping paint somewhere, and it would just cap my day off, I think. Maybe I shouldn't art when I've had a bad day. But arting when you've had a bad day is actually good. Therapeutic. I've got to go work. A few more hours of work to do tonight. I've got to go turn my cutting machine on and cut some shapes for some orders. But it doesn't look like much at the moment. But it'll come together. Now I want a darker blue. Do I have a darker blue for around the edge? Just going to stand up and reach to my other box of paints and see what slightly darker colours I've got. And all I'm picking up is light colours, that's always the way. Definitely don't want that one. What's this one? Oh, this one might work. Peacock. No. Oh, where are all my paints gone? Ah, wrong bucket I'm looking in. That's a bit darker one. That's what I'm looking for. I should get all my paints organised. No, that would make sense. I tend to use them and then throw them in the nearest box to get them off my desk and then wonder why I can't find my paints. So I just wanted to go a little darker. So I've just swapped to a Dina Wakley, clean my finger off, swapped to a Dina Wakley paint, which is a bit more of a heavy body paint, just because I don't have the darkest one in the Delusions paint. Oh, it's a nice contrast. So the Delusions paint seem to be a bit more translucent, so that you'll see a bit of that wording coming through. And I like the Dina Wakley ones because they are quite opaque and a bit more heavy body. Or a bit thicker in consistency if you don't know what heavy body means. So I just want to blend. Oh, I'm trying not to touch my nose. I'll end up with a blue nose. Do I want to leave some white space over here? Probably not. Probably end up covering it all. Maybe I'll try to leave a little bit of white space. We'll see what happens. So I'm going to add some texture to my circles in a minute with some thing I've got on my desk. We'll see what's in my bucket in front of my desk. Eight o'clock snuck up on me today. I might just leave a little stripe of blue, white. I can always cover it up. I can always cover it up if I don't like it. And I've just got some baking paper between the next pages of my book so I don't coat every other page with blue. It's going to go with a baby white. I'm going to see if I can blend, well, before these dry, just blend the colours out a bit. Which blue did I use? This one. A little bit more of this blue because it's a bit translucent. And we'll see how we can make this some bit of textured. We'll add a bit of texture with what I've got sitting on my desk. So I'm hoping to do a regular Thursday night live unless we're away at a craft show, and then I will pop on hopefully on a Wednesday. Oh, you just arrived, Tabitha. Gee, you've been travelling for hours. Oh, I forget it's about 5 hours and 300 trains or something. No, it's 3 or 4 trains or something. Yes, you did win a voucher, Tabitha. I was wondering to see whether you were coming on tonight or not. It's a bit crooked. Let me straighten my book up. Just going to give this a little bit of a dry. And yeah, Elizabeth was really, really lucky. It's amazing when I do them by random number generator. Letting my inner child out and finger painting. No, I just had one of those days, Tabitha. You've heard about half my day. You didn't hear about the second half yet. Oh. I like finger painting. Now I don't have to wash a paintbrush. shouldn't take too long to dry because it's quite thin. Okay, what have I got in my box we can stick on? So she is going to go about here. And what have we got? We have got a stencil, maybe. Do I have a sponge? Oh, I probably moved my sponge to my other desk. That's right, I'll find something to throw some paint through a stencil with. Hang on. Oh, 4 trains, Tabitha, 7 hours if I don't stop at Central, but I did today. Hi, Kayleen, how you going? Oh, I thought it was 3 or 4 trains. That's a long haul, Tabitha. But it'll be all worth it. Hopefully in the next couple of days, hey? Okay, just what I might do is see if I've got, this is a little, something I found the other day. It's all little strips of paper and circles of paper, sort of like washi strips. I'm going to have to glue them down because they're really old. Let's see if I can find some blue ones. I found it the other day and threw it on my desk and thought I might use it. Let's see if any of the colours match. No, my luck. They won't. Oh, that one. Oh, no. Oh, that one might do. That one might work. We don't really want green. Oh, that one could work. Let's go with a dotty theme. Oh, that one could work. And that one's just one of everything. Okay. So even though these are stickers, I'm still going to use some stuff to glue them down. What am I using? Multi-matte medium, or like a matte gel medium. So these peel off in strips or circles or triangles. Ooh, triangles might be fun. Where am I going to put them? I might put some over here just because I can. Some triangles over here might be fun. I got really no plan tonight. I was going to plan a project till I spent all day on the phone with silly people. So I might put some... Oh, now they're going to stick to my fingers. They're going to slide around a bit until they grab a bit, but hopefully they won't slide around too much. Now I've just got to find where the triangles are on each sheet. Trying to dive into my stash and use up a lot of stuff I have accumulated and be a good girl and not go shopping. See how long that lasts. Till I go to our hillbilly scrapping at the weekend. Next weekend I'm up there for our virtual retreat, which should be loads of fun. Probably get no work done, a lot of shopping done. I'll stick my finger in the jar of glue. Actually, I want a different colour. Being pedantic, I don't want 2 colours the same next to each other. Usually not this pedantic. I'll put some down here. Oh, but if I stick it in the right spot, it might be a good idea. So just making sure I'm getting a bit of that adhesive on the bottom and the top of the stickers. These stickers are old, but usually when I'm putting stickers over paint, I will use matte gel medium or a glue anyway, just to make sure they stick down. Because sometimes, especially the Dina Wakley paint, I find is a little glossy and some things just don't like to stick on top of it. Now the stickers just want to stick to my finger. Now we're finger painting with glue. When I finish this little bit here, I'll see where else I want to put them. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Okay. I don't really want to put them all the way around, so I might do another I don't want to put them all around the one circle, so I might do some just around this green bit of this circle here. I'm sure this is thrilling watching me stick triangles on. I'll get a bit more interesting in a minute, hopefully. Maybe not. Now the only problem is I'm going to run out of my colours. That's right, we just need to put a couple here. I've now got glue all over my fingers, which is not a good look. About the way person. Okay. Are they going to come off? Might be able to use the side waste bits. No, they're stuck together. Let's not use those. Might go in and find another colour that'll go. I'll space some of these out. And I'll pick another colour sheet to put between them. Maybe some of those green ones I said I didn't like. Maybe I'll be forced to use them now. Okay, where'd that baby wipe go? I'm going to end up with blue and green fingers and glue all over my fingers. Actually was smart and chucked my apron on tonight. Where do I put the... Ah, over here. Let's see what other colour we got. Where was that green? Oh, I could use that if I can't find a colour, because that's like neutral. Don't really want to stick pink or anything on. Trying to keep within the blues and the greens tonight. Oh, I could use those. Let's see which ones I want to use. Oh, I've got 2 oranges. That's a bonus. Oh, I could go that one. No, that one's a bit dark. Rethink that one. I could go beige dots. Oh, the animal print I could use on something else. Let's go with one of these. Probably not that one. That one's yucky. We'll go with the neutrally ones. Hopefully there'll be enough glue here to stick them, and I'll just put some over the top. Then we'll move on to something and do something a bit more exciting than watch me stick triangles down to a page. I can sit here some nights and cut out the most intricate little things and lay them up, and it will take me hours to do an art journal page. Some days I sit here and I'll just want to get an art journal page done really quickly and won't do a lot of detail. It just depends on, I don't know, I suppose it depends on what I've got on my desk and what sort of mood I'm in. I'm probably procrastinating and I don't want to go cut those shapes I need to cut tonight before bed. If I don't cut them tonight, they're going to be sitting there waiting for me tomorrow. So it better be good tonight and cut some of them. There we go. I think I like that. Now I think I need some in here. Now I was going to say, I was going to finish with the triangles now. Oh, maybe I can use the green. No, I don't want the green in there. I might think just put some in here. What colours? Or maybe these two. Okay, we'll go with these two. Oh, sticky fingers. That's what I get for putting glue all over my fingers. So I just want to put a few in here. She's probably going to cover them up. I might end up putting a backing on her, as in giving her black, because if I stick her on now, you'll see all the colours. Stop moving, sticker. You'll see all the colours behind her. So I might mount her on black. And then she'll stand out a bit more. Come on, sticker. Stop sliding around. Put one more on and then I'll fill in with the other colour. Sorry, I promised to get a bit more interesting in a minute, and I just flicked a sticker somewhere. Oh, God knows where that went. See, it gets interesting when I flick stickers everywhere. I'll be doing something tomorrow and I'll find it. Great thing about art journaling is you can just use just about use anything that you've got hanging around in your stash. It's really cool. So they're going to be really subtle. It might be something to draw around later. Let's put a nice coat of matte gel medium. Oh, I can hear Alexis yelling at bunnies. I might be asked to come rescue her from naughty bunnies in a minute. Okay. So I might actually stick her on the back black now while I'm thinking of it. Oh, I get all this glue off my fingers. So I often use the packaging, the black that we put. Where's the packaging that this one come out of? This one. The black paper I put in your packaging is nice and thin and really good for layering in your art journal. So all I'm going to do is grab some of my 450 glue. Don't need to put glue everywhere, just sort of hitting the thickest bits. And this is just going to, so I'm going to keep her white as a focal point. And I've just noticed I've got some glue strings. So I'm just going to grab them with my pen. Why not have glue over everything tonight? My fingers, my pen, everything. And we're going to stick her down. So I could easily use a bit of pattern paper to back her. She'd look really nice on like a soft pattern paper as well. And then it's really easy just to cut. I'm just going to roughly cut it first just to get all that excess bit of paper off. Then trying to deal with that. And then just quickly fussy cut around. So they're quite easy shapes to cut around, they're not that intricate, which is good. I can still hear my daughter yelling at her bunnies. They're probably doing something they're not supposed to. Like getting into an area of the house they're not supposed to. So it didn't take long to trim up. See how she pops out a bit more? And what I might want to do is cut out that middle bit. See if I can stab the paper without stabbing a finger. Probably better do this with a craft knife, but that would involve going and finding my craft knife and my craft mat, and that ain't going to happen. So we're going to persist with the scissors. Oops. There we go, so she's going to sit in something like this, and we definitely need some more texture on this page. So what sort of have I got to make texture on this page? Oh, there's another bit of black. So this glue's nearly dried, which is good. Do I have my paint pens here? Was I good and put them away? I don't think I'd be good and put them away. What have I got? Silver and gold. Oh, no, I didn't put them away. Why would I put things away? Oh, gee, I'm getting glue everywhere tonight. Maybe one of those nights. before I do my pen work, I just want to make sure that glue's dry. I'm just going to give that a quick buzz. Sort of my test to see if anything's dry. I stick my hand on it and then wonder why my hands are covered in stuff. Okay, do I want silver, gold, black or white? I'll go with white. Just want to add some definitions to my circles while I think about what else I want to do on this page. So I'm going to do it quite scribbly, then I don't have to get it right, I don't have to get it real exact. Oh, I must have hit a bit of wet stuff. Hang on. Come on, paint pen, be nice. It doesn't look like my Posca paint pen is going to be my friend tonight. Grab another Posca paint pen. Bear with me 1 second while I reach around to my drawer. My drawer. Paint pen. Oh, this one. Maybe that paint pen's empty. That's why it doesn't like me anymore. I did go over a bit of wet glue. Maybe that's why it doesn't like me. I'll let it sit upright and think about it. Put it in the naughty corner and see if it will come good. That's why you've got to make sure everything is completely dry before you go and take paint pens to your page. Oh, that's the effect I want. So this is a Pintor paint pen. The other one was a Posca one. Didn't want to go that wayward. Okay. I'm just going to move my book around. Oh, now it's running really well. Sometimes I find paint pens work really well, other times they don't. I'm just going to get rid of that paper because I think I'm finished painting. Seriously, now I've got a big dog of white where I don't want it. Great thing about it is I can rub it off. Come on, paint pen, behave tonight. It's not wanting to behave. Put some black around these inner circles. This paint pen's wanting to behave. So I just want to define, where is my circle? There. Just want to define my circles a bit more. Come on, paint pens. Please don't annoy me tonight. Am I the only one that talks to my supplies? What was that stencil I had? What I thought I'd do is do some outlining with my stencil coming out of here. So I want to sort of line up shapes along here. Sort of coming out like a sun, sort of like a ray. Just doing different shapes. different sizes just to give it a bit of interest. Then I'm going to colour them in. So I just want them to be all different for no particular reason that I can. I'm just trying to make sure all the flat sides are next to the circle so they sort of have a jumping off point. So they're not totally looking weird. Oh, you like this idea, Kayleen? As I said, when I started, I really had no idea what I'm doing tonight. I'm just playing after an interesting day. Government departments, don't you love them? I hate dealing with government departments, and I've just put my hand in white paint. Or I was testing out my pen. I want a longer one. I don't know, I was going to around 150 degrees. Oh. Maybe I'm being too indecisive tonight. Might do some more after the first run. I might colour these ones in. I like the white pop on the dark colour. I'm doing a lot of this entangling lately, or drawing through stencils on my pages. It tends to calm my brain down, and I love sort of making patterns on my pages and doing stuff like that. It is time consuming, but sometimes it's well worth it with the effect that you get. And you don't need to complete it all in one go. You can sit there and do half your page and then come back. I'll do some bigger ones over here. I just stuck my finger in something wet. Oh, that must be glue over there. What's the name of the stencil, Margaret? Good question. I think it's called, let me jump onto my website. I name them great names when I upload them, but then I can't remember what they're called. This one is slightly smaller than 6 inches. I'm just running into my website. Because this one was released a couple of months ago. I believe it was released in February, maybe. Okay. Okay, so this one, it's called Shattered, and there is a small version which is this one, and then there's a 6-inch version. Hang on, I'll just grab the link and pop it in the comments if I can. Come back to here. How do I do that? Reply. Why'd my screen go blank? No, don't do this. No, where'd my comments go? Oh, it's just thinking about it. My internet is slow today. Well, how do I type now? Oh, I type down here. There we go. I think I've thrown the link up for you, Margaret. So this one is, oh, I've got a ruler next to me. This particular sized one is the one that's called Shattered Small. It's just over 12 centimetres in size. The other one that's on the website is just under, no, I don't want to leave the live video. I want to go back to my comments. Oh, I've lost my comments for a minute. Hopefully I'll come back in a minute. So this one's just over 12 centimetres. The other one, exactly the same shape, is slightly bigger. It's our normal, just under 6-inch size. It's a really cool one, this one. I have been using it lots. Especially it works really well for sort of Zentangling because it's got lots of weird shapes. Even if you just use all the shapes together. Where are my comments gone? Okay, so let's continue this art journal page. The first part of it was filmed in a live a little while ago. I won't embarrass myself and say how long ago, possibly 2 years ago. And I just haven't got back to it. I did stick the person down so I wouldn't lose it in my journal, but that's all I've done. So I want to do a little bit more stenciling around here, and then I grabbed this. This is from a class I taught and I just photocopied some magazine words, and a few of those will go on this as my quote. And I want to do a bit of journaling on this page as well. So let's start with the journaling. So this page was all about going round and round in circles. If you've ever dealt with any government department in Australia, you would know exactly what I mean. And just these girls actually were designed when I was going through a hard time. I've got ones that are standing, and I've got heads, and I've got this girl that's sort of crouching over. So all the words, or the scribbly words, represent just everything going on, and just want to shy away from the world. So art journaling can be quite cathartic as well, quite healing. So let's do some journaling. It's going to be scribbly, so you're probably not going to be able to read it. That's not the point of it. Actually, I'm going to do some defining of these triangles, and I'm hoping this is not too shadowy. I'm having awful time with lighting lately. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Just going to go around these little washi, what are they, triangles? Just using a Uniball Micro Eye pen from Officeworks. I like it because A, it's waterproof, B, it's quite fine, and it writes over just about anything. Just got to make sure everything's dry. This has been dry for quite a while, so we're safe. Excuse me. So just doing some scribbly lines around, that was on the triangle, around the triangle, Melinda. It is quite shadowy. I wonder if I can fix that. I apologise for the lighting. I'm working on lighting, but one light I've got flickers in the video, another light I've got just doesn't work, and it puts shadows everywhere, and I don't know, just can't get lighting right lately. And it doesn't matter that it's overcast and all my windows are shut, so there's no natural light. And it's hot, so I've got all my windows shut. Okay, so let's do some journaling. Some days you feel like you're going around, and I don't mind if this is very messy. Spinning out of control on a roll. With no way of getting off. Some days you just want, well, it's getting a bit messy, to stay in bed, curled up in a ball. So it sort of added some texture to the page, even though you can't really read it as like, it's not going to be as in your face as the quotes down the side, but it's sort of there to be read. And hey, I've got it out of my head. So I want to do a few more of these things using my, I think this is called Shattered Stencil. I should have checked before I put the video on, but I didn't. Oh my god, this is very bad lighting. Have I got my overhead light on? Yes, I have. Might just flick another light on. This one. Ah, that's a bit better. I can see what I'm doing now. So I'm just deliberately turning my stencil. If my paint pen had worked, come on paint pen, be nice. And just picking the shapes that I want. I forgot this paint pen spatters a bit. It likes to flick stuff everywhere. So I just want to bring this out. So this is sort of representing I suppose, stuff spinning off. So I excuse me, I just ate something before I turned the video on. Shouldn't have done that. So art journaling can be quite personal and therapeutic, or it can be quite pretty, and you can spend a lot of time making your pages pretty. It just depends on what you want to get out of the page. That triangle's too big. Do I have a slightly smaller one? Of course my triangle's always too big, the one I want. Just want to do a few more around here. Oh, it'd be good if I could actually get in the stencil hole, I should say. Great thing about stencils is you can keep positioning them to where you want, and you can either do the whole bit of the stencil, or you can just take little chunks here and there. This pen is not liking me today. Keeps on splattering. See if I draw a little slower. Doesn't make much of a difference. We'll put one more here. We want a teeny weeny one. Just about here. And I want to randomly colour some of them in. Oh, this pen's just playing up today. Now it just wants to be all scratchy. So this is just a Posca paint pen. It's a 1M, PC1M. Basically it just means it's a thinner. The smaller number on the Posca paint pens, the smaller the tip. I don't know why I've waited so long to do this page. Just life's got in the way. I'm the biggest procrastinator. I'm so impressed this book is finally done. This art journal this is the last page that I have to finish in the book. So I'm happy little chappy that I've got an art journal finished. And I can move it from my current pile of art journals, which is quite big, to my finished pile. It's amazing it does take so long to go through an art journal to fill all the pages. I sort of want it to be random. I don't want it to be sort of like every second one. So being more random, I'm going to just color this one in. Actually, I might put a couple over here because it looks a bit funny without any on it. And that'll give the illusion that it's going. If I put one here coming off to the edge, it'll give the illusion that it's continuing. Don't want that big, I don't want that big. So yes, I could draw through in pencil with instead of doing it straight with the paint pen, but I tend to I don't do a lot in pencil in my art journal. I tend to just go for it in the paint pen or the pen that I'm going to finally do it in. But if you prefer to, I'm just going to extend that one over and make it a bit bigger. If you want to do these out in pencil, you can certainly do that. And I want that one slightly bigger. The advantage of the ones that you colour in, you can just change their shape. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. What I might do is add some. This is looking a bit plain in here. So I want to grab my black paint pens. Do I have? They're the 3 sizes I've got. I want to either make that line a bit thicker. Let's make it a little more pronounced. I just feel it's getting a bit lost. Knowing when to stop on an art journal page is also hard. What I might do is just put a scattering of Just a few. 2, 4, 6. Let's go 7. A few little triangles here and here. Just to fill up that space a bit. I think I'm liking that a bit better now. So just adding a bit of a thicker line. I think I want to do, so that was the 1M again, this is the 3M, so sorry, yeah, 3M, so it's a bit bigger, thicker line again. Just want to add a bit more definition up here. And so I like having the paint pens in the different sizes. They all have a different purpose. And I've got to go around these triangles here. So we'll do that and then we'll stick our quote on, and then this page we can call done. Just got to be careful with the paint pens because it is acrylic paint that you don't drag your hand through it. This one's okay because it dries almost instantly. Let's grab, if I can, I've got a mess of cords. Mess of cords next to my computer. Let's find my scissors. And so magazines are great places to get quotes out of. So I want questions and answers. And these are basically just being photocopied on a laser copier. As I said, I did these for the class and I had some extras. But you can get some great quotes out of magazines. You can get some great quotes out of different sorts of books. So I just want to sort of have some quotes down here. What else to do? I really like listening to the sound of quiet. Let's see if we can fit that in. I want to cut it up to be smaller. Usually when I'm doing cutting magazine quotes, I will cut them with quite a bit of space around them, and then when I actually go to use them, that's when I'll trim them down. Because I may use this one in one piece, I am going to cut it. Otherwise it looks weird with that sound. Trim it down a little bit more. Oops. And it doesn't matter that it's not exactly straight. If you want to cut it on a paper trimmer, go for it. I tend to not. I don't mind the little imperfections. That is my wicked cutting. And we might put one more in the middle. Oh, this one's tricky because it's got, I'm going to leave that one because it's got the Q. I don't want to chop it down and get rid of the Q on the quiet. Okay, let's see. I had 3 picked out. I wonder if this one's gonna... I might add reality check. Because sometimes you think it's the end of the world and it's really not. And art journaling can be very personal as well, so you don't need to show your pages. My pages get shown all over the internet and Facebook and God knows where. But you can have your art journal to be quite personal and quite private. You don't need to show it anywhere. I'm just looking for my glue that I have. Rearranged everything on my desk and can't find a thing. Don't you hate that? So I'm going to glue these on, and that's about done. So if I'm gluing something at the bottom of my page, I usually start with the bottom one and then go up, and then I'll probably stick the top one, and then I'll stick that middle two in the middle, just so I sort of know where they're going. And I like that little bit of white on the edge of my page as well. Don't have to cover everything up. Go in there and go here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is make sure there's no glue. Oh, this glue likes to explode everywhere. Make sure there's no glue creeping out from under my pieces. They're all dry, and then grab this one. And I just want to draw around the words and sort of ground them to the page. Then they don't sort of simply look stuck on. And you can be as neat or as messy as this as you want. Usually I'm quite messy. Messier the better, usually. I must admit, I do feel a whole of a lot better when I've had a bad day and I grab my art journal. Even if I make a mess, even if I make art that's ugly, at least I'm making art and doing something, forgetting about the day, and just concentrating on a bit of mindfulness. We call it that. So I think I will call that done. Liking that page, very different, but these big focal images that are available on the website, same name as YouTube channel, Scrapbooking&Craft, and the link is always in the description box, are fantastic to express some of your feelings. And the writing in here doesn't actually make any words or any sense, it's just loopiness, which is fantastic for expressing your feelings when you don't want to write, or you want something to represent how you're feeling, but you don't know what to do. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I can't wait to share with you some more. I can't wait, this journal is now done. There will be a flip through of this journal on my Alexis and Melinda's Art Space channel, which is our second YouTube channel, so you can always catch us there. The Scrapbook and Craft channel is more about using my stencils, using my die cuts and all the stuff from my store, and more of business related. The other one, Alexis and Melinda's Art Space, is more fun. There's art journal pages on there, not using any of my stuff. Some of my stuff I do use as well. There's a lot of haul videos over there. I do flip throughs of completed albums over there, because not all this is work related. Some of it's just fun. I will leave it there. Bye for now.